In Washington, now as we look domestically, they call it taking out the trash. Friday afternoon, either during the summer or better yet for the White House, any day during a war, you dump news of a story you just want totally buried. So watch closely over the next 24 hours or so for the Biden administration to announce the end of Title 42. Title 42 sounds almost irrelevant, some meaningless government regulation, but it will dramatically increase the number of illegal immigrants coming to America. How many more? Well, maybe 170,000 on top of the record numbers already on the way. Title 42 allows the U.S. to instantly expel migrants back to their home countries in the event of a public health emergency to prevent the spread of disease by those coming from foreign countries. It dates all the way back to World War II. Those migrants do not even receive asylum hearings. Border Patrol used it to send people back who crossed illegally during COVID. The CDC reassesses Title 42 decisions every 60 days. That renewal is up in early April. Going to get a decision, as we said, in the next 24 hours. Department of Homeland Security estimates that 25,000 migrants are waiting in Mexican shelters for the Title 42 provisions to end. That would add to the already record number crossing now. For 2021, Border Patrol logged more than 1.7 million encounters. This is people they found, and only 69,000 deportations. That's an all-time low. Joining us now, Allie Bradley, independent journalist who covers the border. Allie, what are your sources saying about Title 42?
Well, Leland, I just talked to an ICE source actually telling me that they're getting emails and requests for contingency plans. How many beds are available? How many vans are there out there? What is the situation going to look like should this kind of levee break, if you will? I mean, you talked about Title 42 going away here, and that's exactly what we're discussing. And we've already expelled, last month, 91,000 people went back under Title 42. We've already expelled more people under Title 42 than an average year of encounters, Leland. So that's what we're looking at. And I asked sheriffs along the border, what does this mean? Is there a fear with this? Are you guys prepared? They say this will completely annihilate them. They already don't have the resources to handle this influx in people. And so if these people are coming in and they are not removed quickly and they end up in these facilities, where are we going to put them? Where are they going to go? So that is something that is really plaguing all of these law enforcement individuals along the southern border right now.
How are we to understand that this will work? Because you've done some great reporting that Border Patrol is so overwhelmed at this point that they are no longer patrol, they are processors. You found all of the people who are being dropped off at bus stations and airports with plane tickets who 24 hours later crossed the Rio Grande illegally. You start throwing an extra 100,000 people a month at the already overwhelmed Border Patrol, what do they do?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know what they're going to do because we heard
what do they tell you they're going to do?
And Chief Raul. Well, right now, it's kind of like a game of musical chairs. Who has a facility right now that can house these people? We saw this during Del Rio. They move people from facility to facility in order to allow for processing because they can't house these people. That's why 15,000 people wound up underneath the bridge in Del Rio. They had nowhere to put them. And then we saw them start to transport them into different facilities so that they could be processed. But, you know, we're talking about what are they going to do? They really don't have a plan in place. As far as I know, they're talking about contingency plans as we speak. We expect for this report to come out any day now, and they all do anticipate for this to end. Every single law enforcement individual that I've talked to does anticipate Title 42 to end at the end of this month.
All right, so Title 42 ends, you get this huge flood of migrants coming over. Are any of your sources saying that the Biden administration is upping resources or giving them more powers or being stronger about remaining in Mexico to make up for the surge that's coming?
You know, what's really interesting is after we saw the chief and Alejandro Mayorkas down here along the border, they were talking about getting more agents back out in the field. I'm sure you remember that. Well, we saw that very briefly, and then those numbers started cranking back up, and they pulled people again for processing. So once again, we don't have the adequate numbers of agents in the field to be able to patrol the border and man that border. Now, when you're looking at what are they going to put into place, what is going on, and how are they really going to move all these parts around, you know, these law enforcement individuals right now, gosh, Leland, I mean, we know that they're strapped, they're maxed out, they're saying, you know, their cities and their counties are safe, but it's, you know, there are people streaming in from all different angles, and if you cannot process them, what are you going to do?
Right. No, it seems like the only logical answer is that more people are going to get released into the United States. There's no other conclusion to come to. Allie, you'll be there when this gets changed. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.